Adam Central. Let me in additional. I go to Concourse.
Verify the location. What's it, Adam? Is it?
It all started out as a normal day in Orange County, California. As you can see, this nice Mustang is pulling on into a coffee shop so they can get some coffee. But little to the owner and to the barista that's working the counter right now, this guy is not intending to pay for said coffee. He's ready to steal. He's ready to shoplift by any means necessary. This guy wants some of that free food, some free coffee, some free everything that this shop has to offer. He wants that 5-finger discount. So after the customer in front of him pays and leaves, it's his time to shine. And he says, you know what? I'm going to take the whole menu. This guy's thinking, wow, I got a customer that's going to get everything. Can I get my $20, please? He's like, I'm good. And tries to walk off. And the security guard's like, hey, young man, you got to pay for that. And he's like, absolutely not. He is not ready for that. He wants that 5-finger discount. He wants that free meal. He wants to pay free $99. He's not ready to pay for the food. The security guard is like, nope, you got to pay, man. Either put the food down or pay the guy. And he's like, nah, I'm good. He's like, what you going to do? He's like, test me, watch me, test me. And boom, about to put him in handcuffs. Bam, into handcuffs he goes. And now he's about to put him into the back of the store until the Orange County Sheriff arrives. That was an absolutely bad mistake by you, my man. And I hope you now learn your lesson. Take him away, security guard. And within minutes, the Orange County Sheriff is already pulling onto the same street and pulling up on scene. They don't have to respond code 2 or code 3 or anything like that because the guy is already, detained by the security guard in a safe, location of the storage room. And basically, he's not really going anywhere, but they still have to respond within, a reasonable amount of time. And I guess they were just lucky right now since they were kind of catching a break with a little dip in calls. That 5-minute response time is what they got. And out the cars they go to go talk to the security guard in front of the store. I also wonder, are they going to impound this guy's car? But you know what? We're focused on this shoplifter, man. All right, we'll go one at a time. All right, Mr. Security Guard, tell him the spiel. There you go. He says hello. And now he's about to tell him exactly what's going on inside. So let me see. He called. Yeah, a guy came in and tried to rob us. Well, it's more of shoplifting, but same thing. All right, where is he? Lead him inside, bro. Lead him inside. Yes, sir. Catching the shoplifter today. Bam. Oh, my man's calling them the pigs. You already know that he's used to this. This is not his first time stealing. Security guard says he got some friends for him. The sheriff introduces himself and says you're under arrest for shoplifting. Bam. They go over there. They transfer cuffs. The Orange County Sheriff puts his cuffs on. And bada bing, bada boom. It's an absolute wrap for him. One shoplifter in the books. But guess what, guys? We got more shoplifters and thieves getting arrested, getting caught, coming right on up. So without further ado, I say, time for the next clip. The next clip features a Chinese shop, a local mom and pop shop. Over here, as you can see, we got a guy over here wanting to come buy himself a dragon. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to drive all the way over to Long Beach and buy myself a dragon. But I don't know if you just saw that right there, but there's literally a Long Beach PD car parked up right near this guy's shop. But this guy, he's a professional shoplifter. He already knows that those cars are empty. Also, he just passes the security guard like he doesn't even see it. He's just trying to be slick. But he's like, hey, you want to buy a dragon? Because that's basically what most people come in here for. They come far and wide to get that dragon. Very expensive dragon, $250. But he's like, hey, my man, you got to pay. He said, no, thank you. How about $0? He's like, no, not $0. $250, my man. And he says, I'm good. And the guy just straight up walks out the store. Luckily, security man was paying attention because, he's the only guy in the store. So there's nothing else for him to do other than what? Look at the sidewalk. He's like, my man, stop. And he's like, yo, stop too. Both of them, shoplifter and security guard, are like, my man, you can't be stealing from here. No more stealing. He got a security guard for a reason. He's like, you're going to pay or you're just going to walk off? Even Mr. Chang back in the back there has his bat. He's ready to go, all right? This is not his first rodeo of getting robbed or getting stolen from. He's like, my man, you got to stop. Before he could afford that security guard, that bamboo stick was all that he could have to stop these shoplifters and thieves. So he's like, bye. I'm like, no, sir, not bye. How about you get arrested? Yes, sir. Security guard putting him into handcuffs. and taking him back into the store. And is gonna of course call Long Beach PD because this guy really just tried to just walk off. Like the security guard wasn't like, hey my man, you gotta stop. You can't be stealing from here, especially something worth $250. That stuff is expensive. And within a matter of minutes, Long Beach PD is already arriving on scene, ready to go. Look at him right there, just swooshing in, man. Even had his lights on. He wasn't going code 3, but he did get a nice brisk code 2. I call that the speed walk enforcement right there. Look at that, bam. Here goes the second one, and they are here, ready to go. Ready for your shoplifter. And look at that, Mr. Security Guard, he already knows the drill. He tells them hello. You know, Mr. Officer responds in kind. He also says hello. Tells them they have a call. Of course, got the shoplifter in the back. Gotta tell him, man. Yes, sir. Another one getting caught up. All right. Lead the way, my man. Lead the way. Bam. There he goes. Leading the 2 Long Beach PD officers to come catch him. And we're not really catch him. He's already caught. But to come cuff him. Switch over the cuffs. He already knows the drill. This guy's a professional shoplifter. He says, I want a lawyer. He's not talking. He's like, bam. He's staying shut like a steel trap. But you know what? He's just going to go on down to jail. How about that? How about you enjoy jail, good sir? This next clip focuses more on the thief aspect of the shoplifters and thieves. But this guy, it's a Craigslist ad listing basically saying that he's selling a drill and a radio for a pretty decent price. You know, it's also basically almost brand new because he was planning on building stuff while he was out here in, you know, the middle of basically nowhere. And you know what? His wife was like, no more building. We're going to spend time together. She has all this stuff planned. So he's like, you know what? I might as well sell it and send some of the extra money, you know, use it for those nice excursions. Thief man, under the guise of being a buyer, comes up on the porch, asks if he has the scanner/radio. He says, yes, here you go. He gives him the radio so, you know, he can check it out, make sure everything works, so on and so forth. And he's like, I'll buy the drill too, you know, 2-for-1 combo maybe. He's like, all right, bam. The wife is like, yes, please, here, take the drill. This guy's been trying to make a bunch of noise with it. Take it, you can have it. Just pay us the money and then you're good to go. And he was like, all right, bet. And he's like, thanks guys. And just tries to walk off. And the guy's like, yo, the money, my man. This is a transaction. You have to give money. This is not free. This is a trade. You trade goods for money. He's like, what money, little bro? He tries to pretend like he didn't know that the ad was on Craigslist. He's like, he ain't gonna do nothing. You're in the middle of nowhere. He's like, all right, I'm gonna call the park rangers. And the guy's like, yo, you are tripping, my man. Nobody cares about the park rangers. It's really sad the amount of disrespect that they're getting. He's like, all right, bet. And then he goes and calls 911 so that the park rangers can come on over and apprehend this thief. The park rangers hear the call over the radio, and so they're like, my man, we got a call to go to about a robbery because the guy's talking about this guy's trying to rob me, trying to steal all my stuff and just drive off without paying. So the park rangers are like, all right, let's do it. And then while they're going over there and driving over there, they're getting more information about, you know, who the guy is, information about what he's driving, what he looks like, in case they see him while they're driving up the mountain. He may be coming down the same mountain, down that same trail that they're going down. So they have to be keeping their eyes peeled, eyes wide open, looking for any of the suspect's vehicle, the suspect himself on foot, anything like that. And then the park rangers arrive on scene. They give a little siren action to let everybody know, no need to fear. The California park rangers are here. As they go over and talk to the reporting party right here, is going to be giving them all the information about how this guy stole a drill and a radio. And basically, you know, he's mad. And guess what? I would be too. If some guy just said, hey, thank you for some free stuff, and tried to walk off without paying me, I'll be like, hey, I'm calling 911 too. So they're like, hey, sir, what's going on? The guy is trying to defuse the situation. He's trying to be sneaky so that, you know, while they're focused on this guy and his wife, he can hopefully, you know, get in his car and kind of drive off. And since this is a mountain, I don't think they're really going to pursue him. But he's like, hey, you don't want to pay? They said it's free. He's making up stories now. He's like, arrest them on my mama, please. Just leave me alone. Go talk to them. He's like, hold on, sir. Hold on. Look at that. That's his first attempt at trying to get to his car while the officers were still talking to him. He's like, wait a minute. Just stay here. Talk to us. And now look at that. The second guy comes on over. Because the first guy, at first he was like, you know, I'm going to go talk to the people over there. You got their story. But then this thief man tries to walk away. Look at that. He's opening the door now. He's trying to grab stuff in the car. He's trying to put stuff into the car. He's doing all this extra stuff instead of just talking to the deputies or talking to the park rangers, which he knows will get him arrested. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to avoid talking to them. That's why he's putting that stuff in there so, you know, push comes to shove, he can just bolt. You know, there's just no pushing and shoving, just bolting, just running away with the stolen stuff in his car. Look at that. He's like, I don't care. I'ma leave at this point. He's still trying to keep it up. He's like, hey, let me just leave. But the park ranger's like, no, you're not. As soon as he tries to open the door, he holds on to him. He's like, man, get off of me, my man. I don't want to do this. I don't want to get arrested. I don't want any of this to happen. And he's about to drop the guys. There you go. He dropped it. I don't care if I'm stealing or not. He doesn't care. This whole time, he didn't care. He was just trying to play the victim. But clearly, playing the victim worked. Lying didn't work. You know, the park rangers, they've heard it all. They've heard all these people's stories about why they're doing this, why they're doing that, making up this, making up that. But there you go. He dropped his disguise, and his true thief self was exposed to the light. For our next scene, it's going to be a shoplifting at a gun store. Now, you may be thinking, who would shoplift from a gun store? Who would try and steal from a gun store? Well, you know what? Not everybody is intelligent. Not everybody is smart. And clearly, this person driving this gray Charger here is one of those people that is not very intelligent or very smart, because he intends to steal from a gun store because he wants that free gun. But guess what, my man? There is no such thing as a free gun. You gotta pay, my man. You gotta pay. Even if you're licensed, even if you have the permit, you still have to go in there and pay for it. Of course, he's buying the bullets first because it's a little bit easier. He's like, bam, I just need those proof of identification. And so he hands it on over and to fill out the form here. And once again, this guy fills out the form with his own information. When I tell you that thieves are not intelligent, this guy used his own info. Even if he managed to get out and run away with the gun, he gave this guy all his info, his address, his social security number, everything. And now what? They're immediately gonna find you. So once again, he did not think this through. Stealing from a gun range, ladies and gentlemen, just don't do it. It won't be worth it. But there he goes. He's grabbing an M9 as well because he wants to buy that as well. He's just gonna hand it on over because once again, here he has the guy's whole information. And he's like, you know what? I think this guy's gonna be nice and intelligent. He's like, that gun is $650. He's like, my man, that is way too expensive. I cannot afford that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and walk right out the store. He's like, yo, my man, you can't steal from here. There is no stealing. So he's waiting there at the base of the stairs after he's like, hey, stop right there. And then bam, he has the gun pointed at him. He's like, you know what? I have regretted my life decisions. I'm going and put my hands up and listen to what this guy has to say. He's like, walk back here. Boom. This guy, he's about to get detained at gunpoint. My man is just like the sheriff. He's just like everybody else, man. He knows how to stop the thieves. This is his dream. He's like, yes, I can finally say that I stopped the thief. So now he's basically just gonna lock him into the store and wait for the police to get here. While that gun shop owner is on the phone with 911, the local sheriffs are actually at a burger place eating some hamburgers, you know, having some nice dinner. But they were like, boom, we got a call. There you gotta go. They put those hamburgers to go, put them in their to-go bags, and are ready to go. Look at that. Clearing the intersection. Lakewood sheriffs are on a roll. There they go, going down the street. Gonna clear that other intersection there. Man, I just like seeing this. I'm sorry. It just really is nice when you get this many officers or this many deputies to the point where it's actually, you know, worth your time to clear intersections for each other. Because what is this, like 5 deputies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 deputies. There you go. So yeah, it totally makes sense to clear intersections because having to go one by one to clear them all, it's just gonna take too long. And here they go. They're arriving at the gun store and they got it completely surrounded. Both exits blocked off. This guy is going absolutely nowhere. It's time for this thief to put his hands up again. This is gonna be the second time that he's gonna be detained at gunpoint. And the sheriffs are gonna be getting their tactical gear out. Of course, gonna be getting out their shield, gonna be getting out their long rifle, gonna be getting out their beanbag shotgun. But look at that. I think they're gonna be getting 2 teams as they stack up and look at that Liberty guns and ammo. All right, got the first team, and where's the second team? Actually, yeah, where is the second team? We're missing one guy. Oh, no, it's 5. It's 5. It's 5. Yeah, there we go. I was like, hold up. That looks like there's less people than there is, but it's because they were going 4 and 1. Or actually, yeah, 4 and 1. There you go. But it's actually supposed to be 3 and 2. So they got the 2, they got the lethal right there, and they got the less lethal right there in the back as they stack up right on that door. You already know they said their commands over the PA. And basically, now that they're here at the door, they're going to have the gun shop owner drop his gun and put his hands up, just detain him for right now. Why they're detaining him, I don't know, but they're just going to detain him. Meanwhile, they're going to get Mr. thief here on the ground because they don't know if the thief is armed or not. He said that he took the gun off the thief, but they want to go one by one so that they're not, you know, talking to this guy and then the thief gets up and shoots them, or something happens and goes wrong, you know, or they're getting the thief and then something else happens. They just want to be completely and utterly safe. They're going to release him once he's outside, but they got to get this guy into custody. Thief man is priority number one. Thief man, with the double shields pointed at him. Was it really worth stealing that gun? I don't think it was. But there we go. He is now in custody and gonna be brought back to the sheriff's station and then to the jail, and it's an absolute wrap for him.